The following is a Broncos Broadcast Network production.
Hello Broncos! Welcome back to the Friday Night Lights. My name is Spencer Schofield and I'm joined by Ryan Locker. How are you doing tonight, Ryan?
I'm doing really well tonight. I would like to see a lot tonight from our Broncos. We are going against Horsey to Horsey tonight.
Yes, we are going against Horsey to Horsey. We have Lake Region Thunder going against our Davenport Broncos. From what we've seen so far, Lake Region has been playing pretty well, and so have our Broncos. With the game last week, with Broncos winning 14-6 against the Poinciana Eagles.
Indeed, that was a game that we all wanted to see. That game paved the way for the season. We are now 3-3, and if we win this game, we have a shot of making it to the playoffs.
Yes, if we do make it to the playoffs, that will be something different for the Broncos this year. Last year, we did not make it to the playoffs, so with making it to this year, if we're able to, it would be a great motivation for our school, our team, and for everyone else here at the Broncos Stadium. Sorry.
I do agree. Also, tonight is our annual Pink Out game.
Yes, the Pink Out game is here to support breast cancer awareness, and with that, the game should be starting off here very, very soon.
And our offense will be receiving the ball.
It looks like our Broncos are just about getting ready to start running out on the field, making their introduction for everyone here in the stands.
Fun fact, this is the first time in any this year that our Bronco band is going against the Lake Region band. We have had no team other than this week. Any other team from there has not brought their own band to our school to compete against our band.
Yes, it seems to be a very interesting time that we're having tonight. And also it looks like Lake Thunder out there, Lake Region's getting ready to head out on the field as well.
And our Broncos are ready to play.
Woo! Look at the Broncos going out on the field there.
And we have backflips and losing a helmet too. He makes the landing and he still manages to lose his helmet.
Well, yeah, it looks like both teams are ready. Refs are on the field. And what do you expect to see from this game tonight, Ryan?
I expect to see a lot of great plays from the offense and the defense. I also expect to see a couple of things from the Lake Region offense and defense, hopefully, maybe not. But other than that, let's watch the game, and kickoff is just about to go underway.
Yeah.
As mentioned before, our Broncos are going to be receiving the football tonight. I also expect to see Aiden and Carl Jean Bart making more connections tonight as well.
Oh, yeah, let's hope we can also see some good field positioning from these Broncos as well, like how we've seen from the Poinciana game. I would assume that the Broncos would have a good plan on how to take out Lake Region. What do you think the Broncos would be doing tonight to get their offense a little bit more on the field and also improve that defense a little more?
I might expect a couple more plays from the run game. We do need that, especially because last week, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks ago against Lake Wales, we did not run one run play whatsoever. So I'm expecting hopefully we do a couple run plays to just even out the problematic stuff with offense and defense, but still, I'm expecting to see a lot from tonight.
Yeah.
As being said, the Lake Region's kickoff is now being on the field as our kick return is ready and waiting. Carl Jean Bart in the backfield to receive. Dominic Pita to kick off the football tonight. And he is on the Lake Region side.
So, Ryan, what do you expect to see, especially from Aiden being, once again, quarterback, obviously? What do you expect to see from his performance tonight and also some of our other star athletes?
I expect to see plenty of great plays from him. As being said, the kick is now off, and it seems that our game is now underway, being picked up by the Broncos. And it seems that the ball is picked up by Lake Region. Seems like one of the Broncos touched it, and Lake Region kickoff decided to grab it, and now they have possession of the football.
And the ball is going to be sitting down at the 30-yard line.
The Bronco defense is up to start the game.
Let's see how well this defense can do here, Ryan.
Let's see. Lake Region also has good field position to start off tonight's game.
What do you think this first game plan could be out here, since the game's just starting with our Broncos being on defense instead of offense tonight?
I'm unsure. We might do maybe zone coverage, man coverage. We might, most likely, would probably blitz them maybe 1 or 2 times. 11:55 to go, and we have a
Already
flag.
a flag on play?
Maybe a delay of game. Seems to be on Lake Region. Oh, and it's on the Broncos.
Oh, wow. That is a very different way to start a game tonight. Already in a flag at the very start of the game on the Broncos. Already moving down 5 yards. Isn't that just incredible?
I wouldn't word that as incredible. I would say
Yeah, I would say
more as
astonishing. Yeah.
astonishing or
Yeah.
something like that. As we should not have. I don't understand what the penalty was, but it is what it is. It's in the past now.
Broncos and Lake Region getting ready on that lineup.
As we prepare for the first play of the game, here we go. Quarterbacking for Lake Region tonight is Calvin Johnson.
All right,
It is
quarterback.
a run play.
Oh,
It's back to the quarterback.
Number 5, throw play
Wide open
downfield, passing on to number
for a
3.
touchdown.
Oh, it seems to be a touchdown already by Lake Region. Isn't that incredible? We just started the game, and Lake
And
Region
the
has
very first
already-
play of their opening drive as well gives them a first lead of 6 points.
I think that is the fastest touchdown I think we have had all year so far.
And plus with this play, we faked the scramble, we tossed it, gave it back to the quarterback, and we've made a quick pass down the field.
Let's see if they're able to make the kick for the 1-point conversion here. Kick is up,
And it is good.
and yeah, it seems to be good. Yep, it's a good kick. We are now starting with Lake Region having 7 points against the Broncos, none.
Lake Region to kick off the ball once again. Dominic Pita kicking it off once again. Bronco kick return is ready to rumble, as they must be angry that this has just happened. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would also be pretty angry, especially if I was one of those coaches or assistant coaches out there, seeing that defense already being slipped up and getting that early touchdown. That is definitely something you do not want to see from our Broncos defense this early on.
I would say so. Most likely we were playing in zone coverage if that were the case last time.
Yeah, just with that prime example, it sets a reference for us to say, hey, we got to focus more on that red zone defense, because that red zone defense was just easily broken by Lake Region right there. That throw pass all the way to number 3 right in the goals, it's just, we got to focus on that.
Indeed. And number 3 is Darwin Reed.
Number 55 kicking the
Kick
ball.
is not good. That is not a good kick, but it's picked up, and it was
Dropped.
picked up by number 22, Landon Peters.
And it seemed to have dropped at the 40-yard line.
Indeed, first down Broncos.
Yep, so our first drive is going to be set at the 40-yard line. With our offense also starting their first run of today, what do you expect to see from them, Ryan?
I expect to see, I'm 100% expecting to see great plays made tonight by our offense, even a connection between Carl Jean Bart and Aiden George.
Oh, that is a connection we'd always want from them.
We also need blocks from the O-linemen, and we also need some other plays from the other receivers. We have a running back in the pocket. Aiden takes it himself, running down for positive gain, running the backfield. He is taken down at just barely around the 50-yard line.
Yep,
he is taken down by the
yards.
48. Almost a first down.
Oh, 1 yard away from, 2 yards away from a first down at the 49-yard line. That was a really good starting run that we had just seen by our Broncos here, and thankfully from Aiden George.
Indeed.
If the Broncos keep pushing this energy throughout now and throughout the whole game, this should be a pretty good game for us.
Sure will.
And as we can see out there, the Lake Region Band
It's given to number 4. He is taken down just at the line of scrimmage.
Oof. Once again, we got to see that improvement in the power and the drive. We need to see them getting through these defensive lines.
We sure do. Coming up is 3rd and 1. Coming up here should be 3rd and 2.
Since we're on the 3rd down, what do you think these Broncos should do right now?
We have a motion play by number 5, Carl Jean Bart. Aiden takes it himself to the outside.
Aiden running down.
And he has a first down.
Yeah, first down Broncos. Just barely got to the line.
And it will move the chains for the first down.
Woohoo! Once this energy is present, I hope that the Broncos can keep it throughout the whole game, because the Broncos, whenever they were playing against the Poinciana Eagles, I do remember this, they were playing really, really strong at the start.
1st and 10.
Let's just hope they can show that same
It is a
energy
pass
that
play
they
to the
had here.
outside, picked up by number
Ooh.
2, bringing it up. Positive gain, still going, and he's now down. That looks like a 6-yard pickup.
Yep.
Indeed, I was right, 2nd down and 4.
So far from what I've seen here, Ryan, is that there have been a lot of running plays at the beginning.
Indeed. We also faked the run, faked the defense out. I saw that.
Yes. That was a good way to get some extra yardage right there.
Pass play. It is complete to
number
Sir
2
Wayne-
all the way
Sir
down
Wayne
to
Birch.
field.
And he is dragged down, going for positive gain.
Down at the 20-yard line. Can you believe it? That gain was very impressive there, Ryan.
That was amazing. Great play by Sir Wayne Birch.
Eight minutes, 30 seconds left, and it looks like we're getting closer and closer towards our first touchdown here, Ryan.
Indeed.
Broncos lining up for the first down at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10. Ball snap. It is a run.
Running play by number
4. Run to the outside. He is taken down.
Ooh, seems to be a minimal yardage gain, about 3 yards.
Seemingly about towards the 15-yard line. We're 2nd down and 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up. It was a 3-yard gain by number 4. Motion. Aiden takes it himself.
Oh, running play downfield.
He's still going up positive yardage, but he is slammed down by Lake Region, but they still give him positive gain.
Yep.
But now there's a flag down on the penalty.
Oh, looks like the refs are discussing over the penalty.
Let's see what it is. It is on the Broncos. Illegal shift by the Broncos.
Looks like the play will be repeated because of that illegal shift. So now we are back to 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Oh, no.
Looks like they brought it back 5.
Oh. Nope.
Indeed, yep, they brought it back 5. Whew. 2nd down and 14. 11.
Yeah, that penalty has definitely costed those Broncos those few extra yards that they could have had here.
Indeed. 2nd and 11. We have no running back in the backfield. Great job of the O-line. He throws. It is wide open. He cannot make the catch.
Just missed.
For the touchdown. It seems to be overthrown.
Yeah, unfortunately, if that was thrown just with a little less power, we could have had a very, very easy touchdown there, Ryan.
It seemed to be Sir Wayne Birch would have brought that ball in and got the touchdown.
It was a very good shot, a very good opportunity, but if Aiden had just toned down on that power a little bit, we would have had that easy touchdown right there.
I do agree with that.
That's also another thing I've seen with Aiden out there. Sometimes his throws are a little bit too hard, or his throws are a little bit undergoing because of the pressure that the other team is applying to him.
But still, some of his passes are just
Oh,
really
yes.
well, and they're just right. So,
Yeah.
motion again by Carl Jean Bart. Snap is made. Aiden to throw.
Another throwing pass.
Passes. It's made by Fields.
Seems to be 4th and 6 left to go, or 3rd and 6, or nope, 4th and 6 to go.
Seems like we might just kick a field goal here.
Oh, 4th and 7, my bad.
We are attempting a field goal.
Yeah, if this field goal makes it, that'll be a 2-point conversion for us.
3.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry.
Kick is up, and it is no good.
Whew. That is a very hard kick to hit there.
And from where the ball was at, where they snapped and kicked it, that is where the Lake Region offense will pick it up once more. Our defense will most likely need to stay alert because of what happened last time.
Yes, especially with giving up that touchdown very early. We need to see if our defense will be able to keep up with Lake Region and their speed.
Indeed, that was a very quick play, I will say.
Yes. And it seems they are starting at the 20-yard line here.
Motion by number 10. It is a run play. He's broken
Oh,
down
wow.
and slammed by the lineman. Play is whistled dead as there is some rustling and tussling around the end of the play.
Yeah, I'd also seen that when that runner was trying to get through the defensive line there, he had accidentally hit his own teammate and he had fallen to the ground because of that.
If he did not, then he would have been off to the races.
Oh, yeah, he would have been off down the field already. Even though that is an easy mistake that can happen, I will say that was very beneficiary for us.
Indeed.
5 minutes and 18 seconds, and the defense is coming back out on field.
Lake Region offense is now back on the field and ready to play.
Honestly, Ryan, tonight could have never been a better night for a game of football. It's beautiful out, and also there's a bunch of fans out here in the stands waiting and watching for the results of this amazing game that we're having tonight.
Indeed, we also had a SpaceX rocket launch prior to this, and as what's going on now is it is a run play, and he is taken down by number 24. It will be Brendo to tackle him. Props to the linebackers for that one play, especially Brendo.
Yeah, props to him, especially for getting that tackle down there.
Indeed.
And stopping them early before they could get even more down the field.
Indeed. 3rd and 5. Pass
Seems
play.
to be a passing play from number. Oh, never mind. He's turning it into a
He's
running play
open.
now.
He's going around. Seems to maybe get the first down.
Ooh.
It seems like it's just short of a first down. Never mind. It is a first down by the Lake Region offense.
All right. Looks like Lake Region will be moving down by another 10. Let's hope the Broncos defense this time will be able to stop them.
Especially with a pick.
Yep, every single play, these Lake Region gets closer and closer towards that goal line. We do not want them to get those touchdowns.
Motion. Snapped is now a run play. They're barely just getting upfield. We are bringing him back now.
Ooh, that may be a loss of yardage there. Oh, nope.
Nope. When you're pushing the player, it's only positive yardage, and when they push him back, that's when the play is dead.
Ah. Seems to be 2nd and 5.
5 yards to go.
Oh, seems to be a flag on
Seems
play.
like one of our defensive players jumped.
False start from Lake Region.
Lake Region has a false start.
Wow.
That will bring them back at least 5.
Oh, illegal procedure.
That should at least bring them back at least 5.
Yes, that has brought them back 5. So now it is going to be 2nd and 10. Ball
It's a
snap.
pass play
passing
to number
play.
4, and he is.
Oh, he dropped. There was a
the
fumble.
pass.
He had.
No, it was an incomplete pass by number 4.
Oh, I thought he had already gotten onto the ball.
I thought so too, but it seemed like he dropped it. It was intended for Javarius Johnson.
Man, the Lake Region offense has been slipping up a little bit.
They have. It is now 3rd and 10.
If this defense can hold them here, that means we would have really good field positioning, especially for our offense to get down that field again.
Indeed. Ball is snapped. It's a pass play. See if they can convert. Seems like they cannot. And
Oh
the quarterback
my
is now going to be
goodness,
sacked.
The loss of yardage.
And it brings back 4th down, and they will be forced to punt.
4 and 15 and 16. Whoa, wow. Can you believe that here, Ryan? 4th and 16.
I can definitely believe it.
Yeah, just as you had mentioned not too long ago, punting seems to be the only option here that's viable for the Lake Region Thunder.
I know. 16 yards, indeed. bad snap.
Oh,
He has
horrible
to scramble.
snap.
Even worse, he has to pick it up and try to kick it. He does, but it's worse. Pick that up. It is taken down for great field position by the Broncos.
That was extremely astonishing to see, especially with Lake Region messing up that snap at the very start of that play.
Indeed.
I have never seen something like that before, so that is something very interesting to see.
I know, I have too. It's happened during the Steelers versus Cleveland Browns playoff game. That was not fun.
Ooh.
Not my team.
I can definitely see that as being an issue because if the Broncos would have picked up that ball or tackled him early, that could have been something bad for Lake Region.
1st and 10 for the Davenport Broncos.
Seems that the ref had seen something.
Nope. The play is good. Play is off. Aiden to pass. He's throwing it. Catch made.
First down.
First down.
Oh,
Pass was
flag on play.
Flag was thrown late after the play. Multiple markers. Seems like someone was doing something that caught 2 referees' attention. Seemed like an illegal shift on the Lake Region defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That should be at least a 15-yarder. Ooh. Seems like Lake Region decided to start talking.
Football is meant to be a fun sport, but you also have to be mindful of what you do in that sport and your sportsmanship.
And what you say as well.
Yes, because that can also affect your game heavily.
It is now 1st and goal by the Davenport Broncos.
Let's see if Davenport is able to bag in a touchdown here this time around.
Let's see.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock here. Not too much time left for both teams to get their touchdowns before first quarter ends.
Indeed. As we wait for the play to commence, it is indeed the first time this entire season that any other school's band has showed up for any of our games at home.
Yeah, that is very interesting to see. Especially with it, as you had mentioned, being the first time seeing a band.
Ball
here.
snap. Carl Jean Bart has the ball. He is brought down at just about the 7. Second and goal, a pickup about of a yard. Interesting formation here by the Broncos. Ball's picked up by 34, but Lake Region defense noticed it already, and they decided to body slam him.
That was a loss of yards there for the Broncos.
Sure was.
That sack was very clean as well. Smooth takedown, and they had also seen exactly what the Broncos were going to be doing.
Indeed, and they were quick to notice what was happening.
Once again, that first lineup there has to have a bit more power up there so that we can defend our quarterback and also our runners back there.
Indeed. We're back at our normal formation with motion. Ball's carried to Carl Jean Bart. He runs up. He's going for carry, but he does not make it. He's tackled by number 28.
45 seconds left in the game. Let's see if the Broncos can come back with a touchdown before quarter one ends.
He was tackled by Austin Hart, and we have at least 35 seconds coming up for the first quarter to the second. We will bring up 4th down, and it seems that we will be kicking another field goal, or attempting to.
Oh, it looks like
Seems like we have called a timeout.
No, it just looks like... Yep. So it looks
End of
like...
the first quarter.
Yeah, so it looks like they did not call a timeout. It looks like they just let the clock run down, and that is the end of the first quarter.
We will be moving to the other side of the field now.
With this first quarter ending, what do you think about the performance of our team so far against Lake Region Thunder?
I'm sure we could still do more. We can still do more to do much better.
Yeah, I could definitely see that there's a lot more room for improvement, especially along the lines of our defense. I will say at the very start, we had accidentally let go of our defensive mindset, and they had gotten that first touchdown very early in the game, which we have still not been able to recover from.
But we still managed to bring that mentality back and stop them before they were able to score a second time.
Yes, that is something that we definitely want to see, not just from that play, but every other play that the Broncos have here tonight.
Agreed. As we come back into the second quarter, we will still be attempting to get 3 points on the board to finally score. Ball snapped, it's down, kick is up, and it is good. We are on the board with 3 points.
Broncos 3-7. It looks like we were able to get that snap correctly and that kickoff, and it just made it over that bottom post.
Indeed. And as anything, this is the first field goal of the season, to my knowledge.
First for everything tonight, huh?
Sure is. There is indeed also a first for everything.
Yeah.
And anything.
It looks like Lake Region's already set up to get that turnover kick.
Seems to be.
Just
Lake
waiting
Region
on
kick return is on the field ready, and our kick off is now on the field and ready to go and stop them.
Let's hope these Broncos are able to receive this kick and make some good yardage off of it.
Well, receive, you mean by defend.
Oh, yes. Looks like we're getting ready for the kick here.
And the kick is off. Great kick by Dante. It's picked up by number 3. We run up to that one side. We have him there. And he is brought down. Number 3, Darwin Reed.
Brought down at the 20-yard line, it seems.
Darwin Reed was the one who received that ball. That's some okay. Not bad field position there for Lake Region to start off this drive.
And with the Broncos making it on the field,
Yes.
see more plays.
Ball is snapped. Quarterback scrambles, and he is sacked, and his helmet is torn off.
Oh, my goodness.
And they bring it back for a loss of yards. Number 5 was Calvin Johnson, and they ripped off the quarterback's helmet to show a sign of strength.
Yeah, you can definitely see that there, and it seems to be a loss of about 4 yards.
Seems to be.
So it should be around 2 and second down with 14 yards.
Yes. 2nd and 14. Defense is now in the game with the mindset, and we are ready to play.
Cannot wait for this year, Ryan. Let's see what these Broncos have in store for us for the rest of the game.
Indeed. I am excited to see what else is up here. We have this quarter, and we have 2 more. Anything can happen.
Oh, yes. Literally anything can.
Lake Region lines up ready to play. Ball snapped. He is to pick it up by the running back. He's picked up and noticed by one of our D linemen, and he's brought down by number 96. As they call him, Big G. Great job, Big G.
Seems like both teams are getting ready and lining up here.
Seems like it. Third and 11. Oh, snapped. It's to be passed. Long pass.
Oh my gosh!
Runs around, but he cannot make the catch.
Incompleted
pass. Pass was intended for Javarius Johnson.
Thankfully, our Broncos were back there and on top of the game this time.
Indeed.
And we did not let that ball slip through.
That should be another punt by Lake Region. Let's see what happens this time. Maybe they will screw it up. Maybe they won't.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do.
The one thing that we do expect from this is great yardage being acquired from the Broncos here.
Oh,
it seems
flag
a flag
is thrown, and it seems to be on Lake Region.
Ooh, false start from Lake Region.
Backs him up 5 yards. Ball, it's made this time. Kick is off. It's to the outside. It's still a pretty good field position there.
Oh, yes, that is a very good field position, especially with that kick being as bad as it was. That is definitely going to give the Broncos a high advantage here.
Sure is.
I've also been noticing this here as well, Ryan, that a lot of the kicks that I've been seeing from Lake Region have not been so great. We've had some very good field positioning here.
We have, but still, we need to make plays on offense as well.
Yeah, that's just the only thing. We've got to be able to keep up that energy and that power, as well as our offense staying motivated to reach past that defense.
Indeed, and it seems like we have 4 receivers on one side and 1 on the other side. I think we know what's about to happen, everyone.
Should be a passing play here.
Aiden Pumpfake has to run it himself.
To a running
He's
play.
running it out. One of the players slipped. He runs up, and he's brought down past the first down marker, giving our Broncos a first down.
That was a very good play out there by Aiden George. I will say that was very smart for having that and then seeing that opening and taking a shot running down that way.
I agree.
Because I bet you if he had not seen that, that would have been the end of that play right there.
Yep.
And a difficult spot they would also be in.
That indeed. Broncos to snap. Motion. Pass. Wide open for Chris with the touchdown.
Oh, wow. Touchdown for the Broncos.
Indeed. Bringing up 6. If we make an extra point, we will have 10 against 7.
My goodness, can you believe it? Wide open.
He was wide open too. Broncos made the right call.
Yes, they did. That was a very good passing play from the quarterback towards number 7.
It sure was.
And let's hope this 1-point kick will be up there and ready for us.
Dante up to kick the extra point. Lake Region, seems like they were encroaching on our offense. Half the distance to the goal line.
That just makes it easier for the Broncos to get it in.
Sure does. Depends if they also want to decide if they want to do a 2-point conversion since they're much closer now.
Yeah, that is a good
But
possibility.
we decide to kick it, and it is good.
Woohoo! The Broncos leading with the score 10-7.
Indeed.
And it looks like
8:41 remaining in the second quarter.
since the Broncos will be kicking the ball towards Lake Region here, what do you expect to see out of this defensive line? Seems like Lake Region's already ready.
So Lake Region kick return is on the field and ready to receive the ball to try and get another drive down. But this Bronco defense is really excited and wants to play. And our kickoff is on the field and ready to destroy whatever they can do.
Yes, I will have to agree with you on that, Ryan. The defense is looking very hyped up right now, and it looks like they are ready to get down that field and start putting themselves to work.
Indeed, Spencer. Dante to kick another one.
Let's see if we can get an early sack here.
Kick is great. That's a great kick by Dante. Picked up by number 3 again. Is picked up by Dewan Reed. And he is brought down by at least the 20.
30-yard line.
The 30-yard line. It looks like 20 in my opinion. I don't know why. For some reason, that looks like 20.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. I will say that was a very good stop here by the Broncos defense, although we just need to see if this defense can still continue holding up as they have been so far.
Indeed.
8 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second quarter.
Pass is being thrown. He is caught at least 5 yards, it looks to be, as the gain.
That was a very quick bite. That was a very quick play by Lake Region there.
It seems to be. As I was called before, 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
These Broncos need to be a little bit more aware for those players getting on the outside, because just said we had seen that one Lake Region player slipped up and he was able to get right in between the defensive line.
That's true. Motion given to number 10. He's running to the outside, and he is almost brought down by number 0. That should be Armand Barabina right there. Pickup was by Demetrius Autry.
Third and 3 here that Lake Region has to go to get their first down.
Indeed. The Broncos are in need of a stop here. Motion by number 10 and once more. Running play. But they seem to get the first down. Lake Region, 1st and 10. Number 5 fakes it, scrambles. He tries to throw. He runs to the outside. He can't make it, and he is sacked down 1 yard from the first down marker. It should be 2nd and 11 coming up. Our Broncos have made a great stop right there. 2nd and 11 coming right up. 6 minutes and 5 seconds and counting for the second quarter remaining. Ball is snapped, number 5 to throw. It is not made, it is an incomplete pass. It was intended for number 10. Demetrius Autry was intended for the ball again. Lake Region lined up once more, and our defense is very hungry. 3rd and 11. Ball snapped is to be passed. Number 5 to throw. Long pass. Number 16 cannot get there. Incomplete. It is intended for Cameron Brown, but he cannot make the catch. Seems like he wasn't fast enough. Defense in the backfield, ready to go. Needing an extra player. Number 21 is on the field now. Lake Region to punt. 4th and 11. Punt is good. Going up. Not too far of a punt. And the flag is thrown. Ball comes down. They touch it. And is picked up. See what this penalty is all about. Seems to be on the Broncos. Holding on the Bronco defense. Seems like they will bring it back 10 yards. Face mask instead of that. Seems like there was a face mask on the Broncos. I say face mask. It should be face mask. And now my partner has returned.
Yeah, I had heard from Ryan just now that there was a face mask on play.
Indeed, there was.
Seems the Broncos are getting ready here for the snap.
Ball is snapped, high snap. He jumps and he makes it. Aiden George to pick it up. He runs down the field. He's able to stop, but he's brought down for at least, I would say, 6 yards.
Number 12 accidentally hitting one of the Lake Region players into George, so it had stopped his play short.
Indeed. Seems like there was a penalty marker thrown. It was on the offense. Illegal block in the back by the offense.
Looks like the Broncos are having to decide what they're going to do for this next play.
Indeed.
Seems like they're going to be returning back to the 25-yard line here.
Indeed. This gives a lot of time for Aiden and the offense to regroup and figure out what they are going to do for this drive.
Let's hope this drive will be a big one and a meaningful one because they have to make up those 25 yards.
They sure do. Timeout. Seems to be a timeout. Oh, water break timeout. 5:31 remaining in the first quarter. 10-7.
First half.
First half. I apologize.
It's all right. So with this quarter, slowly but surely,
Inching away.
yeah, itching away. What do you expect to see from the rest of our Broncos here down the field?
Down the field, I'd say greatness. Definitely. But still, we still need to make plays. We should at least hopefully score one more time for this drive and hopefully bring us some more points to bring home.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. From what I've been seeing throughout the game so far is that a lot of the setups that they've had were the same as the ones that they had used for the Poinciana game.
It sure is, including that every player as a receiver is out on the outside, as right now Aiden is all alone in the backfield.
Seems like this play is going to be a passing one.
He has plenty of time. He throws the ball. It is
almost
knocked down.
intercepted.
It is knocked down by the defense. Number 6 with the block.
That could have been a very bad play towards the Broncos because that could have been intercepted easily by Lake Region. But thankfully it had just slipped out of his hands and it would be an incomplete pass.
Thankfully. And it was intended for Carl Jean Bart. A definite upset for the offense.
Yeah. I will say the pink on these Broncos does look quite nice.
It sure does. Brings the breast cancer awareness vibe, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Including I have an armband on my wrist right now. Pink. Aiden has to throw. Scrambles to throw.
Oh, saved it!
Saved it. Brought it back to the line of scrimmage, the original one.
Wow, that was a very impressive save right there from the Broncos, especially with 3 people on Aiden at once there.
That was like Carl Jean Bart brought it back to the original line of scrimmage. Or it seems like he ran it out of bounds.
Oof.
Never mind, they ran it to the original line of scrimmage.
Seems to be very...
Seems like there's another penalty on the Broncos.
This is extremely unfortunate. The Broncos just seem to be going back and back.
This drive has just been nothing but penalties.
It's not good for the Broncos here.
It's not.
Especially when they come down to the decision when they're on 3rd or 4th when they have to decide to punt it as well.
Yep, and this is why people always say that refs are biased.
Oh,
And plus,
2nd and 20.
Did you know that referees are paid for every penalty that they throw?
I did not know. Oh, passing
long
play.
pass. Almost made by Sir Wayne Birch.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a beautiful passing play from the Broncos. But unfortunately, it has to be an incomplete
It is
pass.
3rd and long. The Broncos need to convert here.
They either need to get that passing play down the field and get that first down very quickly, or they need to just punt it and get it out of their territory.
And bring the defense back on the field to secure the ball more. Two in the backfield, Aiden and the running back. Number 4. And the ball is now snapped. O-line making great blocks. Long pass made by
number 2 running down the field. Oh, that is unfortunate. Almost all the way down.
He almost brought it to the crib.
Whoo! What a great play.
Seems that he was brought down just over the 35-yard line. Seems like it was at the 36-yard line. And it brings a Broncos first down.
Wow, what an impressive catch there.
Seems like they repeated the same exact play, but this time he was able to catch the ball and secure it.
Yes, unlike the last one where it was an incomplete pass where it had just slipped out of his hands. That was a perfect play that we've just seen by the Broncos.
Indeed.
I hope we continue to see more plays like that tonight, because that will be definitely the benefactor of this team.
Indeed. He has time to pass to number 7. Short pass, brings up some yards, and he is doing a little front flip on the grass.
Hey, you got to go out with style.
Indeed. Brings up some more yards, too.
Hey, win-win.
Sure is. Seems like we got about 5 on that. Looks like it was a 5-yard hitch.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game.
Indeed. Aiden is in the backfield scrambling.
Seems to be
He's
running
able to
play.
make the play.
Ooh!
Koji Bart is hit down by number 4. He is popped.
Seems to have also fallen at the 20-yard line, also giving the Broncos a first down.
Lake Region player number 4, Javarius Johnson, was able to be there in time to stop Carl from making it down to the crib.
Even though still we had also gotten very good yardage on that play. Managed to get down towards the 30-yard line, and now we are down right at the 20.
Indeed. Exactly on the 20-yard line.
Let's see what the Broncos can scoop up from these next few plays. Hopefully even a touchdown.
Hopefully. Broncos offense up for the snap. 1st and 10. Up there to snap. Aiden throws the ball. Made. Chris again with another touchdown.
Wow, that short pass was a significant one.
And down.
Woo!
Touchdown, Broncos. Number 7, Chris, is able to bring the ball in and make the score.
Those are the type of plays we need to see here from the Broncos tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. And this Broncos sideline is hype, including the fans in our stands.
If I was one of those coaches right now, I'd be proud of my boys for making that short pass turn into a touchdown.
Let's see if we can get the extra point going.
Seems like they're checking the ground.
Should be okay from here on out. Dante is very confident in his leg.
Looks like they're getting ready to snap here.
Lake Region decided to run on up. Seems like it was
False
a
start.
false start maybe on the offense.
Nope.
Encroachment on the defense. It was an
Ooh.
encroachment on the defense.
That is the second time we've seen that today.
Yes.
Encroachment onto Lake Region for trying to get close to Davenport.
On a extra point attempt. Seems like they're going to try this again. Ball is snapped and the kick is away, and it is good.
Woo! That was a very, very close kick there, as
Sure
we had
was.
seen from Lake Region players getting very close to that ball.
That is true.
Yeah, with the Broncos leading 17-7, 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the game.
That is true.
or not left in the game, left in the first half.
In the first half, that is indeed correct. 2:23 remaining in the first half.
Broncos getting ready to kick off here. Throughout this game so far, the Broncos' performance has been greatly increasing.
It has been great from the start, but we did have a couple of mishaps from the start of this game. We did give the ball to Lake Region. They did score a touchdown, and we did let them have a player wide open. It doesn't really matter now. It's a really good game, I would say that.
Oh,
it has
yeah.
been increasingly getting better and better as the game progressed.
Yeah, and these Broncos have also stepped up their defense in making sure to keep a watchful eye on these outside players from Lake Region, as they have been able to slip past the defense a few times already.
And with that being said, the kick is off, and Lake Region to receive. Number 10 with the carry.
Seems to be running all the way down the field.
Seems to be, but he is brought down just about around the 35-yard line.
It's dropped down at 29 or so.
Lake Region will be getting it at the 34.
I guess I was far off from that one.
Indeed. But we'll get him next time. The Lake Region offense is now back on the field. The Bronco defense ever increasingly getting hyped up, ready to play in the rest of this first half of the ball game.
Seems that the chains have been laid down in place now.
They sure are, and they are ready, and that it signifies that the play is ready to be ran. Number 10 with the motion. Number 5 handing it off to the running back, and he is stuffed, only getting about a yard.
Oh, flag on play.
There is seemingly a marker down. Seems to be a personal penalty on the Broncos.
Oh, that is
Personal
unfortunate.
foul, it seems. And that'll bring them just exactly onto the 50-yard line for the Lake Region Thunder to progress 50 more yards, possibly,
With
for
a
another
first
touchdown, with a new set of downs.
Yep.
Broncos defense ready to go.
An unfortunate penalty that we just had there, but it should not be what it marks out to be for the rest of the game.
Bad snap! Number 5 falls on it! And Calvin Johnson to fall on the ball. The center did not get the right snap out. Brings Lake Region back a big amount of yards there.
Yeah, that I would say that is a very, very, very hard amount of yardage to gain back right there.
Yes, tough loss for Lake Region.
Especially being at around 25 yards to gain.
Indeed.
That is going to be a very, very difficult play with it being on second down.
A loss of 13 yards.
So that will be 2nd and 23.
It will.
Wow.
Let's see what Lake Region will do to bring that back.
And let's see if our Broncos can keep up this defense, especially with Lake Region
Number
having to
5
push
to
their
pass.
hardest.
He scrambles to the outside. Linebackers come
Throwing
up.
play.
They pass. It is
Incomplete pass.
incomplete.
Oh,
Strapped up by Manulik Johnson.
I'm quite fond of that being an incomplete pass there.
Sure am.
Because if he would have gotten that, that would have been a first down for Lake Region, and that also would have put them in a good field position.
It would have, if not for Manulik Johnson, that would have been a play for Lake Region. Lake Region ready to play once more. They're lined up. Ball snapped, almost dropped. Short pass to number 10. He slipped,
Number
but he
10.
manages to break out and loses the football.
Could have that been a fumble on play?
And Broncos recover the football.
Interception with a fumble.
Fumble recovery by the Broncos.
That is a beautiful play right there.
Indeed, with 53 seconds to go in the first half, let's see what the Broncos can do.
Can these Broncos muster up that energy to be able to get a touchdown?
We shall see. There are 53 seconds left. That is not a lot of time. That is still, in a football game, it's a lot of time. Especially if the Broncos still have their 3 timeouts.
Yes, they do. They can manipulate the clock a little bit more here, especially with it being 53 seconds away from halftime.
That is true.
Because when that halftime comes...
The Broncos are back on the field for offense. Aiden George in the backfield snaps the ball. He is to pass. Ball passed. Catches the ball! Sir Wayne Birch does not have the hands to catch the ball.
Oh, unfortunate for the Broncos.
Unfortunate. The clock is now at 47 seconds to go.
Since we're so close to the halftime mark here, Ryan, the time can be manipulated a little bit still, with the Broncos having still 3 timeouts to their name.
Indeed. I will agree with you there. 47 seconds is still a lot of time in a football game.
More than enough to still get a touchdown here.
It is. And plus, we do need first down if we want to continue the drive.
First down or even something greater that they may be able to achieve.
2nd and 10. Ball snapped high. Aiden runs out, scrambles, flag thrown, large pass for Fields. He is not able to make the catch. Number 7 blocks the ball, Chris German.
And there was a flag on play early on.
There was, prior to the throw, there was a penalty. Ball will be brought back. A penalty on the Broncos again. 46-yard line was where the ball will be spotted for the Broncos. A large play will be needed here to convert.
Yes. With it being 2nd and 20, they have a lot of yards to gain back.
Indeed. 39 seconds to go in the first half. Still a lot of time. 2nd and 20. Large, long snap. Aiden George breaks out, but he is brought down past the line of scrimmage for another loss of yardage. The clock goes down to 30 seconds to go.
Even if the Broncos are not able to make a touchdown in this play or within the next few plays, we are still ahead of them. And let's hope in the second half that we are able to continue this lead among Lake Region.
And the Broncos decide to take a timeout. 1 minute timeout.
If you were one of the coaches down there having to hype up your team and get them ready for this next play, being about almost 30 yards out, how would you keep them up into their game?
I would be telling them on the sideline before each play to start clapping, start cheering on their fellow Broncos out there on the field playing, and hopefully just give them a boost of energy on and off the field, because we're going to need that right now.
Yeah, I can definitely see that they will need this motivation to continue getting these passing plays. From what I've seen so far, these passing plays seem to be the saving grace of the Broncos, because with that passing play that we had seen not too long ago, where they were able to break past that Lake Region defense and get all the way down to that 20-yard line, if they can do that again, they can make it up for sure and possibly even get a touchdown with how much yardage they could gain from that.
Indeed. Offense back on the field. One of the timeouts has been used.
Broncos in Lake Region setting up.
2 high safeties in the backfield on the Lake Region side. Offense ready to play. Aiden George all alone back there in the backfield with an entire O-line in front of him ready to stop the defense. Aiden George takes it himself, scrambles, passes the ball. It is caught, and the catch is made by the 48-yard line. Fields for the catch. 25 seconds left to go.
Once again, I had just mentioned that the passing plays are going to be the saving grace of the Broncos.
But this will bring up 4th down.
Yes. Let's hope the Broncos are able to make either a very long play here or even punt the ball just to get it away.
The offense will stay on the field.
Oh, wow.
With 25 to go in the first half, let's see what the Broncos can do on maybe the last play of this drive.
Yeah, I have to agree with you here, Ryden. Let's see what they can do.
Let's see. Ball is snapped. Aiden has time. Throw.
Long pass.
Wide open. Oh, and it is dropped. Not
Overshot.
dropped. It is overshot, not dropped.
Unfortunately.
Turnover on downs. Lake Region will get the ball back with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Just about midfield there as well. All right, well, it seems that Davenport and Lake Region have been putting up a big fight ever since we got towards the end of this second quarter here.
The Davenport defense are on the field and ready to rumble.
As you had once said from earlier in the game in the introduction, you had mentioned it was horsies versus horsies.
Sure
I'd like to bring that up.
It sure is.
And it seems that our own Broncos are having to go against other horses here tonight.
Probably ponies.
Oh.
And as said before, fumble, but the play is whistled dead. He's most likely down by contact. The clock will run down. We are now at 5 seconds to go.
And with the clock running
And with that will be the end of the first half.
Man, oh man. What a very interesting first half to this game tonight here, Ryan.
Indeed.
What do you expect to see from the second half of this game?
The second half should be as great as the first half. Maybe a couple more points will be scored by each team, but I expect greatness from each side. But win or lose, this is a great game to remember.
Yes, I will have to say, Ryan, this game has been a very, very great game. And also, I will have to agree with you on that as well. I would love to see more pointage from both teams. I'd love to see more action out there tonight. And I'd also love to see more drive and more willpower from our Broncos out there, too.
Indeed. I will agree with you there.
And with that,
that is the second halftime coming up. And stay tuned. And we are back, Broncos. The Lake Region Thunder will be receiving the ball here to start the second half of the game. What do you expect to see, Spencer?
what I expect to see from this second half is the Broncos putting in a bit more energy and drive into their plays, as well as utilizing that throwing play that they've been doing quite a lot throughout this entire game so far. They utilize that more and more for breaking past that defense, because the Lake Region Thunder defense has been lacking when it has come to the Broncos and their throwing plays.
Indeed, they sure have. And our Bronco kickoff is now on the field and ready to kick the ball, to give the ball back to Lake Region to attempt to see at what they can do to stop Lake Region from scoring another couple of points. Ten-point lead for the Broncos. 12 minutes to go to start the second half. Whistle blown, and the kick is off to start the second half. Over top, Lake Region recovers. They go up, and he is taken down just by the 25.
Oh.
And a flag is thrown.
Another very interesting flag at the beginning of a half.
Beginning of the second half.
Yeah, just like at the start of the game, we had a flag, and now we also have one here at the start of the half.
Let's see who it's on. No confirmation on who it's on yet. Seems to be on Lake Region.
And it seems that Lake Region will be starting
A couple of yards back from where they had brought the ball down to start
Ooh.
off the second half. Seems like they have been given a 15-yarder. Seems like unsportsmanlike conduct was the call.
Oh. That is a great way for our Broncos to start, but not a very good way for Lake Region to start off the second half here.
Of course, and there's always a chance that you could see our Broncos defense go to the backfield, drive the quarterback a couple yards back, and give us a safety.
That safety would be something very, very pleasant to have. Those 2 extra points would be very, very delightful.
They sure would. You sound like currently you sound like if you had a marshmallow in your mouth and you say chubby bunny.
Looks like they're getting ready
Remember
for
that
snap.
challenge? Remember that challenge back
Yeah,
then?
I do. Oh, and it looks like number 10 running down the field here.
Still.
Oh, wow.
He did get a first down from a 1st and 10. Number 10 with a carry.
He had just found that weakness in the Broncos defense once again.
Demetrius Autry for the carry.
As I had just mentioned also earlier in the game as well, the Broncos defense needs to be really weary of what's going on in front of them because Lake Region has been able to break their defense a few times, and this is a prime example of why they need to watch out for Lake Region.
Indeed. Lake Region seems to have gotten a speech in their locker room, but that was almost a bad snap. Recovered, thrown, but it's thrown out of bounds.
That must have been a throwaway because he didn't see any open targets out there.
Most likely. Probably trying to throw it away so they did not lose any yardage, because if they did not, and if he were sacked, he would have been losing yardage fast.
Yep. That was a smart move by Lake Region over there.
It sure was.
Seems like with those last 2 plays, Lake Region may have to come up with a different strategy to get past these Broncos now because they have become aware.
Yeah, their first half strategy did not seem to work out so well. It seems like they changed up the strategy, and now that ball has been handed off to number 10 once again.
Seems like the Broncos defense is starting to run back up to where they once were, and they're able to keep up with the Lake Region defense going down.
Indeed.
Patterns of the Lake Region offense have seemed to also be the same as they were trying to make a running play here on 2nd down.
Indeed.
Because one thing that I've picked up from watching them so far is that Lake Region seems to always do a running play on 2nd down.
I will agree. Ball is snapped. Back passes the ball. It is safety picked up. The DB is brought down. He's still up, still going, and brought down just past the 43-yard line.
That is just
Big play by number 4,
yeah.
Javarius Johnson with the carry.
He did not want to go down.
He surely did not.
Tackled once, tackled twice, tackled 3 times to
Seems
get
like
that man down.
Seems like a newfound energy has been brought to the Lake Region offense.
And the Broncos are going to have to match up to this energy or possibly even go past it if they want to keep up with them.
Agreed. Another running play down the middle. Couple yards brought down. Seems like a fumble. There was a fumble. The ball came out, and it seems to be the Broncos football.
Oh, what a beautiful interception from the Broncos. Even though it was a fumble, beautiful pickup from the Broncos. And the ball is now ours.
Very beautiful fumble recovery. First down, Broncos at the 40-yard line.
Seems that the Broncos were able to find an opening, and they took that chance.
Seems like one of our defensive players had punched out the ball from the running back's hands. Seems like they're switching out linemen.
Broncos thinking about a way to have that snap line up.
Seems like the play is already in their heads, but they just need to execute. We're all ready. I guess we're just all waiting on that whistle. Seems like it's been blown. Ball snapped. Handed off. He's not moving anywhere. Number 4 getting a couple more yards. 2 flags thrown.
Seems that the refs have seen something.
A face mask penalty against Lake Region. Personal foul.
Getting those personal fouls is really bad for Lake Region. They need to watch out and watch their handwork.
Indeed, and that will bring a Broncos first down.
These penalties do help our team out quite a lot as they do give us a bunch of yardage. But it's also as a warning to show, hey, Lake Region, keep your hands away from our masks.
Indeed, and we also are hoping to see some more Carl Jean Bart to Aiden George connections here in the second half. Aiden is all alone in the backfield with the snap of the ball. He throws it. Ball seems to be just short, and he cannot bring it in. Second down and 10.
I will say that was a very, very good short pass that they could have had there, but it was unfortunate that he had accidentally let go of that ball and it turned into an incomplete pass.
Indeed.
9 minutes, 16 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Offense ready to snap. Second and 10. High snap.
Ooh.
Pass. Short. Picked up. He's still on his feet. Seems to be at least a pickup of 7 to 6 yards.
Some very good yard. Oh. What is?
Some miscommunication with the chain crew.
Yeah, so there was some slight miscommunication with that chain crew down there. So it's going to be a third down with 6 yards. Broncos getting ready for the snap up here.
They sure are. Running back in the backfield.
That last one was a very high snap. Got to be very careful about that one.
Ball is snapped. It's a handoff, but he is stuffed by the Lake Region defense, bringing up fourth down. And a penalty is thrown late after the play. Seems like maybe some words were used. Maybe exchanged.
Either words or actions could have been from that.
Maybe.
See what the call the refs are going to make here.
It's against Lake Region.
Seems to be a...
And that might bring up a first down.
I think that was a personal foul against Lake Region.
Seems to be a personal foul,
yes,
which will bring the Broncos to another first down.
It seems that these Broncos are playing off of a very heavy penalty game here.
They sure are. Like as we saw last half and the first half, I cannot pronounce that for some reason. But they did seem to have that as a disadvantage. Now they're using it to an advantage.
Yeah, and it seems that this advantage is working out very well for them as they have been able to make 2 personal fouls on Lake Region. And with those 2 personal fouls, 30 yards freely gained for them.
Indeed. This has happened, seemed to be twice in 2 drives. And running back number 4 brings up the ball at least, I would say, halfway.
About 6-yard gain there.
Running back Elijah Armstead brings the ball up. Great carry.
This team's offense has quite figured out how to get past Lake Region now, as we've been seeing play after play after play as they've been able to advance more and more.
They sure have.
It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Aiden to snap. 2nd and 4.
Ooh, high snap.
High snap. No one in the front. He gets a couple of yards, and he is popped and brought down by Lake Region.
Unfortunately blocked by some of his fellow teammates, as well as Lake Region having a kerfuffle right in the middle there.
Brought down by number 9, Devin Gonzalez. That should probably bring up 3rd and 5.
Yep. Seems the Broncos are setting up for the set here.
Aiden George all alone and once more in the backfield. Seems like a pass play coming up, or another scramble.
I think this looks like another scramble here.
Pass play. He has to scramble. Throws it. It's not a good ball.
Oh.
It is incomplete.
Just overshot there.
If he brought that in with that one hand, that would have been insane.
That would have been, honestly, one of the best plays I would have seen here from the Broncos this year so far.
Indeed, I would say the same thing. Previously, we've had a one-handed catch here made before.
But unfortunately, it was not caught. It was down in the end zone, but unfortunately, it had just slipped out of one of our players' hands and was not able to be made. But it was a very, very awesome sight to see. We'd almost see a reenactment here of that exact same play, but unfortunately, the same thing had happened.
I would say so. Aiden George snaps the ball. Number 3 throws.
Short
And he catches
pass.
the ball. He's wide open going down the field. And it seems like it was almost a touchdown. Extra yardage. The DB slips, falls down, and it brings up extra yardage for that receiver. And it brings us really close to getting another touchdown.
Yeah.
1st and goal, Broncos.
Yes, it does. That does bring us a very, very close point right there. Just about 5 or so yards left just to get that easy touchdown.
I would say not even that. Maybe
Oh,
like
I'd-
4 or 3.
Maybe even 2.
I would say so.
They got pretty close.
They sure did. No, that looks like 3 yards. Never mind, 2.
2 yards.
2 yards away from the goal line.
Let's see if these Broncos can get this easy goal in their hands.
We have a running back in the backfield. It seems like we might just run it in. Aiden takes it himself outside, runs in for the touchdown.
Touchdown Broncos once again here at the ranch. Oh, a penalty flag being thrown.
A late penalty flag, a late penalty marker being thrown at the end of the play.
Let's see who this flag is going to be geared towards.
It's still a touchdown, though.
Still they
They rule it a touchdown.
Overruled the penalty and still gave the Broncos a confirmed touchdown here. They are going to be going in for the 1-point kick.
The extra point.
I'm quite glad that that penalty did not go against the Broncos there, because if that would have gone against the Broncos, that would have made them to redo that play.
I will agree with that. Dante up to kick the ball in for the extra point. Touchdown still stands. Referees are just making sure. Personal foul seeming to be on Lake Region again.
Wow. Lake Region and the personal fouls.
Seems to be that they're getting very emotional for this game. And since that this sort of happened the opposite last year, where we were not able to win the game against this team. Kick is up, and it seems to be also good. It did not look good at the start, but it was good.
Yeah, just barely made it over, and we got that.
And
extra
that will
point.
bring 24-7, 5:18 left in the third.
This game has been looking up so far, Ryan.
It sure has, Spencer. And that'll bring us up to kick off the ball and Lake Region to receive once again.
Cannot lie about this game tonight. It has just been a sight to see. Seems like Lake Region is already set up here and just waiting on the Broncos.
They sure are.
All right, seems like the Broncos are getting ready and set up here. Looks like Lake Region is still waiting on the Broncos. Broncos going on defense here as they give ball over towards Lake Region.
Dante ready to kick the ball once again. He's been having fun all game. I'm sure he has with that leg of his.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how good of a kick they can get this down.
Not so much of a good kick, but returned and caught by Lake Region. Number 3 with the carry. Number 3, Dewan Reed carries the ball and is brought down just short, about to the 40-yard, nope, never mind, the 30-yard line, or the 25.
There was definitely some decent yardage there from Lake Region.
I'll say that they made about the 25.
Yeah, they made just about a knee-length touchdown. Or not touchdown, but knee-length of yardage.
Yes.
A little bit extra on
Defense back on the field for some more action.
With every touchdown, it is seemingly like there's a new game on this field.
Sure is.
Lake Region has to play harder here if they want to even be able to get close to our territory and even possibly get themselves a touchdown.
Indeed. Lake Region ready to go. They are ready to snap the ball. Bronco defense excited. Ball thrown. It's incomplete to 16. In and out of the hands of number 16. The pass was intended for number 16.
That ball was just like a dog on a slip and slide, goes right on through.
It looked too easy, but he dropped it.
Yeah.
Some of these plays, they just look too easy.
They were easy plays, but unfortunately it's easily the rookie mistakes that have caught them out, especially the ball slipping right through his hands.
Indeed, and it was intended for Cameron Brown. Lake Region set to play. Ball snapped. It's a run play. Broncos are there to make the stop, which will bring up third down. An official break timeout called for the field. About a minute timeout.
From what we've seen so far, just with the third quarter going through and all this happening already, and the Broncos getting another touchdown, it seems like, as I had mentioned, even in the first and second quarter, they have been improving gradually throughout this game.
They sure have. I will agree with you there. The Broncos started off not having too much of a good defense at the start, but then they started to bring it up with energy and brought in more and more consistency to bring up what we now have 24 against 7. Even though that Lake Region has scored, we have made sure to maintain them and make sure that they have not been able to score at all from the second quarter all the way to now.
4 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter here.
Both teams are back on the field. Lake Region to snap the ball. Ball snap, caught it with one hand. Scrambles, is able to throw the ball long.
Wow, what a
It almost looks easy. Seems like he caught the ball. Calvin Johnson passed the ball, and it was completed by Cameron Brown.
Seemed to be an impressive pass out there.
Indeed.
And an impressive catch as well.
It
Who
sure
would have
was.
ever expected that? This could change the way that the Lake Region plays.
It could be. All right, and now the Lake Region Thunder coming out of a huddle. They are ready to go and try and score some points to start off in their next drive of the second half. Number 5 to pass the
Region
ball.
scrambling.
Scrambles. He throws it away.
What was that throw?
The ball is thrown away.
Thrown towards the stands.
Yes.
Twisting on the field like a ballerina as he was brought down to the ground.
Indeed, he was.
That ball was thrown just like pickleball.
Seems to be.
Or like that Olympic game where they have to throw the stones and see how far they can get. Just kind of like that. Looked like he had that type of notion ready. Seems like Broncos and Lake Region are getting ready here.
Seems like they are.
Snap's good.
Is a fake handoff. Ball thrown on the outside, almost.
Ooh, that was not an almost. That was way overshot.
Yeah, way overshot. I was about to say almost picked off, but I was too overhead to even catch whatsoever.
I don't know what invisible player he was throwing to out at the track.
Probably Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, but that brings them down to 4th and 10.
Indeed, it sure does.
No yardage has been gained whatsoever on this play.
But they seem like they are going to go for it.
Take their last chance, I assume.
I would assume so.
Less than 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter.
All alone in the backfield, number 5. Running up, scrambling. Short pass.
Whoa.
And it is hit by number 21 on the Broncos to knock it out of bounds.
What a very, very great stop by the Broncos here, and it will be turned over to the Broncos.
Turnover on downs for the Broncos.
I will say that looked like a last-minute decision there from 21.
Seemed to have been. He could have either picked off the ball or just slapped it out of bounds, and I believe he chose the slap.
And that was a good choice as well, because that does leave the Broncos at not at the best field positioning, but it does give them that advantage as they have been showing strength tonight.
They sure have.
With that strength, let's hope they can get all the way back across the
First
field.
play, Aiden. There's a big hole in the inside. He's going back, has to run back, running again, evades another tackle, and he gets out into the middle of the field to get positive gain.
That was a really, really weird play that Aiden had just gone. He had been scrambling all around behind the line of scrimmage, trying to figure out who he could throw to, but eventually just taking the run in and getting that 1-yard gain.
Yes, and it seems like he wanted to just do a zigzag move, and he just decided to go up the middle. Still got the yards, but still brings you a lot closer to the first down.
Yes, it does. This will be 2nd and 8. Broncos ready for the snap. Ooh.
Aiden to pass.
A little bit of a higher
Long
snap.
pass!
Open! Wide open! Running down the field!
He made the tackle! And he's brought down by the 23-yard line.
What a play by the Broncos!
What a play! Fields with the catch. Christopher Pruitt with the catch.
Bringing this back up once again, I had mentioned this, and now we are finally seeing it. I am telling you right now, Ryan, these throwing plays are the plays for the Broncos.
They sure are.
Just that prime example right there of what happens when you have a team that is ready for that play.
That's right. And that's what the Broncos love to see.
Not just the Broncos, everybody here in the stands, even here where we are.
Indeed. There is also some Thunder here that do not like this whatsoever.
Seems to be another short passing play, but it is
incomplete.
Broncos still at 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 to go. Minute 41, 24-7 left in the third. Aiden's going to run it himself to get positive yardage to just try and bring some life to this Broncos offense.
Seems about to be 4 yards gain right there.
Indeed.
So it should be about 3rd and 6.
Third and 6 will be the call.
These Broncos are at 3rd right now. They need to step their game up to see if they can get a first down here.
Sure do.
With just 1 minute left in the third quarter, they have to be ready to get this touchdown as fast as they can and then to just guard it for the rest of the game.
They do.
Or they could manipulate the time here a little bit.
Indeed. Ball snapped.
And it seems
aimed to
from the
pass.
throwing play.
Throws it. It's intercepted by Lake Region. Number 7 with the pick.
Oh, it seems to be a late penalty flag.
Chris German with the pick. But there is a penalty.
If the penalty is placed on Lake Region, could
And it is on Lake Region. The penalty was indeed on Lake Region. But it seems that Lake Region will recover the football and just keep it to bring a new drive for their offense.
Yes. But here's also the thing, they are also in their territory now, so they have to be very careful about how they play.
That is true.
Because if they do not send that ball out, they are risking another touchdown for the Broncos here.
That is true, but still, they were just penalized. So that will bring them back a couple yards. So they are in the red zone right now in their own territory.
If we can just push them back a few yards, get a safety, get those 2 extra points, I think that would also be very beneficiary for the Broncos.
I would agree.
37 seconds left in the game.
In the third quarter, not the game.
Third quarter, not the game.
1st and 10. It'll be a run play. Broncos notice it immediately, and they bring him down.
Seems to be far back, not exactly at the goal. Seems that the chains have been moving here.
But it seems like that it was brought back. End of the third quarter.
All right, that's the end
that
of
will
the
bring up
third.
the fourth quarter, changing sides once more.
This district matchup has been quite interesting.
I will say so. Like we had at the start of the game, Lake Region set the tone, thinking that it would probably be their game, but the Broncos came back with an spectacular amount of plays and touchdowns to bring up at least 24-7.
I had also noticed during the first half that the Broncos were the ones that were mainly gaining these penalties and these warnings from the refs. But now it seems to be that Lake Region, ever since the second half had started, and just before the second half had started, that Lake Region was starting to gain these penalties and these warnings more and more as the time had gone on.
I will definitely agree with you there. I have been noticing that the penalties have been increasingly going towards Lake Region other than the Broncos, but still, anything can happen. There are 12 minutes left in this entire game.
2nd and 12. Let's see if the Lake Region here can get any yardage.
Let's see. Ball is snapped to pass would be number 5, and he is brought down and sacked.
It seems to be a safety on the Broncos.
There's a safety on the play. The Broncos get a safety, bringing up 2 extra points.
26-7 here down at the ranch. What a beautiful safety that the Broncos have made.
Indeed, I will agree with you there. Beautiful, just amazing.
These Broncos have definitely been showing their power tonight as they have been railing through these touchdowns, getting through the Lake Region defense, and also making a statement tonight by saying, we are ready for this game, we are ready for this fight, let's continue it, and let's show them that we are the better horse.
Indeed, and we are ready to play.
The people in the stands, the band, the cheerleaders, the game itself, the players, everything tonight has just been a spectacular night, especially for these Broncos out here on the field.
It sure has.
The motivation, the sheer power, the way they've been playing has just been, so far, some of the greatest I think I have seen these Broncos here
And
at
when
home.
it comes to a safety, the ball will be given back to the team that was the one that got the safety. So the Broncos will be bringing the ball back to the offense.
Let's see how much early yardage they can get here on this first.
Let's see.
Lake Region getting ready for the kick here.
Whistle blown, play is on. Kick is off. Number 1 has the return. They're going in. He goes through, and he's going out!
Number 1 all the way down the field! Can we believe it here, Broncos? And that's a touchdown for the Broncos! Can you believe it?
I can believe it! He brought it right to the crib!
Straight down the defense, through all the lines of defense, and he got a touchdown right on the first play of the return.
Amazing play by Omar Barabino, going through the middle, avoiding all those tackles, and going into the end zone for our Broncos touchdown.
That has to be an emotional shutdown for the Lake Region. That has
Thunder.
to be an emotional shutdown for the Lake Region Thunder.
It has to
That
be.
has to be. That was a beautiful play by our Broncos. We are up 32-7.
And it sure is. And now our Broncos are going to bring up the extra point.
Let's see if this extra point kick will make it here.
And the kick is good.
Yep.
It sure is.
Now it's going to be a game of 33-7. The game has just been getting better and better here, Ryan.
It sure has, Spencer. I will agree with you there. And only 11:40 to go in the fourth.
These Broncos have just been outstanding,
They sure have.
showing their high performance, their high speed, high strength, showing everything, showing the best that they can do here tonight.
Including Armand Barabino with that touchdown just now, number 1.
That was a beautiful touchdown.
Yep.
It's not often that you get to see touchdowns like that here, or really anywhere, especially on that first running play. It's not that common to see those type of touchdowns being made.
Davenport to kick off.
Surprisingly enough, that touchdown was made within the first 20 seconds of the fourth quarter.
It sure has. The kick is now off. Great kick by Dante. Brought in by number 3. And he runs it out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
I've been noticing this about number 3 out there. He has seemed to be a missile.
On the field.
Yeah, he seems to be a missile down on the field. Whenever he catches that ball, he does his utmost best to get past our defense and everything else. And so I feel like our Broncos have been targeting him more.
I will say that too.
Be-
And he'll also use his sheer size as well as to try and hoard off the Broncos and try and at least hit someone to bring them down and score and make a play.
But I mean, right now the Broncos are looking like the bigger horse here instead of the Lake Region Thunder looking like ponies inside of a
Indeed.
pen.
They seem to be in as I would say, like a petting zoo.
But even so, we still need to be wary of them, for if we even let down our guard for a second, we may lose our foothold on the game.
Indeed.
Looks like Broncos and Lake Region getting ready for the snap.
Broncos excited for this.
Oops,
And it's a late throw. And it is almost caught. Almost caught by number 16 again.
Almost caught, but it just barely overshot. If it was just a little less power on that play right there and that throw, that would have been the perfect catch and opening for Lake Region to get a touchdown.
I will agree with you there. Cameron Brown was the intended receiver for that play. almost brought it into his arms, but he just seemed to could not bring it in.
It seems so far that throughout the game, Lake Region's throws have been getting more and more aggressive, getting harder in power, just trying to throw it as hard as they can out there. But they also have to keep in mind that their guys are also slowing down because of those long throws being made, especially the one not too long ago where...
And it seems a penalty was thrown that we did not see, and the Thunder are going to be brought back 5 yards.
It seems like they are brought back to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 15.
Oh, 2nd and 15, sorry.
Motion by number 4. A toss. He's running on the outside, and he can only just get to outside and brought out of bounds. He seems to be brought down about just by the 40.
About 3rd and 7 here. Gain of 8 yards or so. Seems the Lake Region is getting a little bit more of a foothold here.
They sure are.
Yeah, so it is going to be 3rd and 7 here. And once again, Lake Region is starting to find a bit more of a foothold, as we have just seen with that play. They may be trying some new strategies out here to see if they can get past the Broncos defense.
Indeed.
Broncos really showing their spirit out here tonight has just been a pleasantry for everyone here.
Indeed, he has.
You mean the team?
Yeah.
He.
That's crazy.
Looks like everybody seems to be discussing everything up there. Seems to be
Indeed.
Broncos are waiting on Lake Region here.
They sure are.
Lake Region ready for the snap.
3rd and 7.
Passing play seemed to be thrown down, just
another
overshot.
overshot pass intended for number 20.
Now we're seeing it again, as I have just mentioned in the last pass. They keep overthrowing it. Too much power. They are overseeing instead of underseeing for their guys.
Indeed, and the pass was intended for number 20, Kathan Sullivan.
Once again, it's all about that power control. If you keep throwing it like that, you're not really going to be bringing it to your guys, and possibly even having the Broncos intercept it.
Indeed.
Because these Broncos are waiting for them to make that long pass or that short pass that has too much power, and it is in their hands.
It sure is.
As we can see, there is a Bronco all the way down at the very back.
It's because that they are punting the ball, and it's dropped, and he can't make he can't recover it, and he is tripped up. He fumbles the ball. He kicks it out of bounds though.
Flag, supposedly a flag.
Did not throw the flag out, so that means there's no penalty on the play, meaning the ball is out of bounds right there, with the Broncos getting excellent field position.
Yes. That was extremely unfortunate. The second time out of this entire game so far that Lake Region has accidentally fumbled the ball while they were trying to get that punt in the air.
Sure has.
And that has helped us greatly.
Like, it's increasing at each time this has happened. And this may bring up another score for the Davenport Broncos.
I think another score would be perfect.
I think so too. Offense on the field. Aiden has no running back on the backfield. Best quarterback in the nation. It's going to be passed He has time. Outside, throws! Cannot make the catch. Pass was intended for number 16. It was intended for Yaviani Starks.
Seems like on that last play, Aiden was overthrowing a little bit there. Better watch some of his power,
Sure is.
especially on these closer to goal drives. You don't want to be throwing overboard, or you don't want to be throwing underboard as well. You want to be throwing to where you can get it aligned with your teammates and allowing them to get that touchdown right there.
Another one right there. It is just
Incomplete.
almost caught by Fields.
It seems to be that it looks like Aiden is,
Intended for Christopher Pruitt.
seems to be that Aiden is stressing out a little bit
Seems to
because
be.
that throw was a little sporadic there.
It was.
Because he had just locked onto him and just threw with a just amount the right of force to get it over to him, but with no real sense of how he needed to throw that ball in order to get it over towards his teammates.
And that is indeed true. Ball is snapped. Another passing play. Quick pass. Almost caught by Sir Wayne Birch. And it will bring up 4th down.
With these plays, I feel like the Broncos should have switched it up a little bit and had gone for a running play within the first 2 or so.
I would say so.
'Cause-
Or Aiden could scramble and bring up at least a couple yards to at least get it closer.
Yeah, I would still go more with getting that running play done, because getting that running play in could have thrown off Lake Region, especially because of the Broncos utilizing their throwing plays a bit too much now. If you do not have consistency within your plays, then I think that there will be some overuse of some plays and it will start drying up that skill a little bit.
It sure will. The offense will go for it. Aiden snaps. Turns back.
to be a
passes.
throwing.
Caught! Oh, it was caught! No.
I mean, hey, at least that is some very, very bad positioning for Lake Region over there.
Indeed, Chris was not able to hold on to the ball.
Once again, these Broncos, they need to start utilizing not just their throwing play, but also their running play as well. It may not be as great, but it definitely does throw something into the mix so that Lake Region does not have a constant idea of what the Broncos are going to be doing.
Indeed.
That switch-up can cost a lot, especially even for Lake Region themselves.
It sure can.
Seems like Lake Region is going to be starting at the 20-yard line.
Seems so.
Oh.
Running play. Noticed by the Broncos immediately and brought down. Probably a positive gain of at least 1 or 2 yards.
That was a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8. These Broncos are doing a pretty good job so far by detecting these running plays from Lake Region.
They sure are.
Lake Region has had to scramble a little bit whenever the Broncos would use their running plays, but it looks like the Broncos are actually starting to keep up with Lake Region here. Oh, and he had slipped through the defense to get that first down.
Pick up by number 26 on Lake Region. Iverson Brandon. Iverson Brandon with the carry. He'll bring up a Lake Region first down.
Lake Region is looking for those holes within the Broncos defense. Broncos need to be very careful and form a very constructive wall if they want to keep that front line secure. You don't want any of them breaking through, and
You do not.
high snap.
Almost.
Oh
almost
my goodness,
dropped.
almost instantly stopped.
It's caught by 3. Brings it up. Has a first down. Gets extra yardage. Still on his feet. And he goes down with an extra flag at the end of the play by the 40-yard line.
Seems to be a penalty flag. Could be on the Broncos here.
Could be.
Let's see what the refs have to say about this play. It was on the Broncos, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it seemed to be on the Broncos. Extra yardage for Lake Region on that play.
I think it was a personal foul on the Broncos, unfortunately.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Lake Region just got a lot of yardage from that.
They are now in the red zone.
This is the first time in a while that Lake Region has made it down to the red zone in our territory.
Seems to be large pass outside number 4, wide open, almost has the catch.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yes.
Javarius Johnson almost had the catch and the touchdown.
And it seems like number 4 was trying to call out that number 4.
Number 4 was the intended receiver.
Yeah, number 4 was the intended receiver, but I'm trying to mention the player number 19, was it?
Was he with the one guarding him, right?
But yes.
Manuel Johnson.
Yeah, so number 19 was, well, number 4 from Lake Region was trying to point out a
Pass interference?
yeah, pass interference, but the refs probably have not seen that, because
Yes.
I'd seen that as well.
A carry by number 26. He's still on his feet, brought down.
It seems like if that play would have been
Everson
made,
Brandon for another carry.
if that play was made by Lake Region, that would have also been a huge game changer here.
Indeed.
Because it seems the Broncos defense has been going down a little bit.
They sure have.
They let 2 massive plays get right by them. Are they still able to hold up this defense so that Lake Region does not score another touchdown? So far, 3rd and 8. Let's hope we're able to keep them back.
Large pass again for number 4. He makes the catch and the touchdown.
Ken, wow! Lake Region with another touchdown here. at the
Javarius
range.
Johnson, the intended target, is able to bring the ball in and score an extra 6 points.
That will still bring us in the lead of 33-13.
And now Lake Region will attempt to get an extra point.
This Broncos defense has to be super careful
They sure do.
because those Lake Region, they love getting on those outsides.
They really do. They could possibly be going for 2.
The only thing Lake Region can do right now is play their hardest and see how many points they can get. So pushing for that 2, I think, would be a smart decision. But also they have to watch out because the Broncos have been reading their running play.
They sure have. Seems like a timeout on the Lake Region Thunder.
Seems to be. All right. So if you were a coach for the Broncos right now and seeing how your defense has been letting up a little bit and a little bit by again, how would you talk to your teammates on the field down there?
I would be telling them that we cannot be letting this happen. It's still, even though that we are in the lead currently, it's still not. We should still be keeping them at 7 points instead of at least letting them gain a couple more. It should at least still be 7-33.
Yeah, I can agree. Those easy slip-ups also can ruin your chances for a game, because you can see even in you can even see in NFL and in college games, if you let your defense down, they will get by you. Even for high school games, you let your defense down and they will get by. Do not let your defense down.
They sure. And Lake Region will be going for 2 points.
I think the best call of action would be to try and get those 2 points, but you also have to realize this. The Broncos have been reading their running plays really, really well.
They sure have. Motion by number 4. Carry to
Yep,
number 4.
they are going for that
outside,
two-play.
and the 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah.
That'll bring up 33-15. 6:56 left in the 4th quarter.
Oh,
But there is a flag on the play.
Oh, yeah, there was a late flag on play. Oh, nope. It seems that it was taken back. And it seems that now we are going over towards midfield again to get ready for Lake Region giving back the ball to the Broncos.
Sure are.
And with the Broncos being on the offense, they have to push, push, push.
They really do. Persevere, and we cannot continue to drop passes like what happened in the last drive.
We have to show Lake Region what we are made of here tonight. If we do not show them and make this statement, this will be a bold statement for other people to say, hey, the Broncos do have some weakness. It takes a minute for us to find it, but as soon as we find that weakness, we can utilize it.
Lake Region got another unsportsmanlike conduct, which will back them up prior to the kick.
Yep. An extra 15 yards added to their kick. So the Broncos have even more of advantage now to get a closer shot to that goal.
Indeed. And the kick is not as good as intended before. Ball is picked up, but it's brought down.
At the 49-yard line.
First down, Broncos. 6:51 to go. 33-15. Another
A
flag.
late penalty.
A late flag. Very late flag.
The only thing that
That could only mean one thing. Someone had to have been talking.
either some action or some talking had to
And
be
it
done.
is on Davenport. Another unsportsmanlike, it seems.
Yep, seems to be a personal foul most likely.
Most likely.
It's just unfortunate now. It seems the tables have turned and the penalties are coming back to bite the Broncos. They have to be very careful with how they play now.
Indeed.
They cannot let these penalties get in their head here.
They literally cannot.
Seems that the whistle's been blown and everybody's waiting for the Broncos to get ready for the snap.
They sure are.
Oh, and it looks like the chains have to be moved because of incorrect placement.
They sure do.
The chains being set correctly.
Ball snapped, run down the middle.
Running play, as I had mentioned.
Big run, big. He's still on his feet.
Going
Going down the line,
all the way
running
down
to
the
crib,
field.
towards the 10-yard line. Number 4,
Unbelievable.
Elijah Armstead for the amazing and immaculate run.
Wow. These Broncos have just turned the tides again. Even with that penalty striking against them, they have managed to get an extremely good run play all the way down the field towards
Preach.
the 10-yard line.
Yes, they sure have, and it will bring up first and goal.
Beautiful running play there. These Broncos have just been going extraordinarily insane tonight.
Indeed. Oh, snapped another handoff. Lake Region in the backfield reading that. Seems like the ball will be placed at the same exact line of scrimmage.
It seems that the Broncos, since they had just made that running play, I bet you Lake Region is expecting more running plays from now on, which would be a good time to convert back into getting into those throwing plays.
Indeed.
By throwing off Lake Region, this could be the way they can get another comeback touchdown to par up with that recent one that Lake Region had just made.
Indeed. And with that long run by Elijah, that was really well needed for the Broncos. Elijah Armstead brought that down to bring a second and goal.
Also, during halftime, I was also informed that on the PA that horse noises were being played when the Broncos had scored touchdowns.
Interesting. Encroachment on the Lake Region Thunder, a penalty bringing us closer to the end zone.
Seems to be a gain of 5 yards.
And we are now and we are half the distance to the goal line, 5 yards. We are now on the 5-yard line.
It's going to be 2nd and 5. The Broncos getting ready. And snap.
It's a pass, And there, it is caught! And it is no good. It seemed to, it fell out of his hands. It was not a catch.
It's an incomplete pass, unfortunately, for the Broncos.
Unfortunate.
But there are still 2 more chances they have. They have 3rd down and 4th down to make these throws.
They sure do.
I feel like the Broncos are going to use their 4th to try and get this touchdown.
They sure are.
They are so close. I would say for them to even try to make a running play on this one. Because the consistent throwing and running would be a good way to throw Lake Region off guard.
Indeed.
Because you do not want Lake Region to be ready for these throws and for these plays.
You surely do not.
Oh. Oh, seems to be another timeout from Davenport side.
4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 33-15.
If you were part of Lake Region's team right now and you were one of the teammates or coaches, what would you say to the rest of your team out there?
Oh, I would be livid right now. I would be telling them to work harder on what's going on at the moment. I would be saying that this could not be happening right now if I was on Lake Region, but that's just in my expert opinion.
I would definitely have to agree with you on that. I would also be pretty livid as well, but I would also try and focus on where they're giving or who they're giving the ball to, because the players matter as well as focusing on as to where the ball may even end up.
Indeed, I do agree with that.
With the Broncos in Lake Region ready at the 5-yard line.
Broncos are ready to run.
Ready for snap. Snap delivered.
Aiden
Seems to be a running play down the field.
And he
Touchdown for the Broncos.
Touchdown Broncos by Aiden George.
Look at that. That
Best
touchdown.
quarterback in the nation.
As I had said, we need that comeback touchdown to par up with that recent touchdown that Lake Region had made. And guess what? It was delivered by Aiden George himself.
Indeed. We were ready for that. The Broncos were ready for that. All of Davenport High School was ready for that. That'll bring 39-15, and we'll see what the extra point will bring.
If the extra point kick is successful, then we will be a 40-15 game. We will be up by 25.
Indeed. Lake Region.
False start.
False encroachment on Lake Region.
Encroachment actually.
Half the distance to the goal.
That was an unfortunate call by Lake Region, but a more beneficiary thing for us Broncos here.
Indeed, I will say that is true. Ball snapped. Kick is up, and it is good, which will bring 40-15.
The Broncos have done outstanding tonight.
They sure have. 40-15 against the Lake Region Thunder. This proves which is the better horse.
The better horse of the pen.
That is true.
And there is the horse noises that was just played over the PA. We don't know if you had heard that, but there were neighing horse noises that were played over the PA for all the people in the stands to hear as the Broncos had made that 1-point kick.
That is true. I did hear that. They sounded too realistic to me. It sounded like our dogs on offense and defense were yelling out and having a great time.
Yes, I could definitely agree to that as well. They are probably having a really great and fun time right now.
Indeed. And the kick is off. And in the backfield, ball is caught.
By number.
Going down the middle. The ball is in his hands. It looked like
Yep,
it came out.
It's still in his hands.
It was caught by 22 and brought down all the way towards the 39-yard line.
Brought down. It was taken in by 22.
Oh, no,
Sanari
sorry,
Scott-
38-yard line.
Sanari Sconiers was the one to bring in the ball.
With less than 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game,
Indeed.
how do you expect the last bit of time for this game to go?
It'll go most likely this. Davenport holds Lake Region for this drive, and then Davenport goes into victory formation. Or Davenport will go and try to get another score.
I think the Broncos will try their hardest to get another score to put down Lake Region again, to show them, hey, we have the power. We are ready to show who is bigger and who is ready to play.
I will agree. Run by, and he is brought down. Body slammed. 26 with the carry. Iverson Brandon with the carry, bringing it up a couple yards. Bringing up 2nd and 4.
Seems there was some very, very good yardage gain there by Lake Region.
Seeming to be 2nd and 3. My mistake.
As the time keeps encroaching towards 0, we have less than 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Indeed.
The
Ball is
time
handed off to Iverson again. He gets out!
He's running down the
And he is
field.
off to the races! But he is tackled by Giovanni Jimenez!
was that. All right,
We are back.
Yeah, we are back. After that tackle down here,
They will let the play stand as good. Running back was able to bring that down. Iverson Brandon was able to make a really great run down the field to the 15-yard line. It is handed off again, and the outside number 7 is taken down. Chris German with the run, seemingly not to get at least a yard, but he might have gotten a yard.
and it looks like the stands are out here are doing the wave as we are celebrating in victory over Broncos' score so far. So far, from the performance of Lake Region, as they have in just their last play, it seems that they have managed to loosen up a little bit, but also managed to slow down, which has also given the Broncos some time to get a good plan.
2nd and 11.
High snap. It seems to be a scramble.
Outside scramble.
He does not
He
know
falls.
if there's anybody open.
There
was nobody open.
He had to run out, which will continuously bring 3rd and 11. Or
that'd be 3rd and
12 or
12.
3rd and 12.
That would be 3rd and 12.
He got out of another yard, so it seems that it will just be 1 yard back.
And it seems like Lake Region is struggling a little bit to get this ball even past the line of scrimmage because of the Broncos defense pushing them back, and back.
They seem to be. It is 3rd down now, so we will see if Lake Region decides. And now we have 60 seconds on the clock and going down.
Let us see if Lake Region can possibly score another touchdown here before the time ends and the game will end.
Indeed, it is a pass play. He throws. It's picked off!
Intercepted by the Broncos.
And it is picked off!
What a beautiful, clean
It
interception.
is picked off by Landon Peters! All right, we are back now. 35 seconds to go on the clock. 40 points to 15 points. Broncos leading the Lake Region Thunder at a landslide win coming up here just shortly.
And it was quite the sight to see with the Broncos getting that very clean interception from Lake Region.
Indeed.
Let's see if these Broncos can go within these 35 seconds to get another touchdown
They
to
may.
prove to Lake Region that once again, we are ready for this game. We were born ready to be playing.
Indeed, we are. But it seems to me like the Broncos will be going into victory formation, taking a knee, and ending the game with 35 seconds to go. If we do not, then Touchdown.
Oh.
No, they're not. It's not a penalty.
Okay.
It was not the line. They were not in the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so it must have been.
And now, Aiden's in the backfield, really close to the center.
Looks like they're going to be.
Up there again.
Oh, seems like the ref was looking at their play that they were having. With everybody being right.
And Aiden snaps the ball, takes the knee to end the game. And the Broncos will win it 40-15.
What a beautiful game tonight's was. Wow. I cannot believe. The Broncos have been showing their all tonight. And they were also able to prove to all these other schools and all these other teams that we are ready for this. And we have also had a really good game here.
Indeed.
We have 10 more seconds before this
5,
game ends.
4, 3,
2, 1.
And that is all for today, Broncos.
With Broncos, with the end of the game, the final score being Broncos 40, Lake Region 15. This was an outstanding game that we had here tonight, Ryan.
I will agree with you there. Amazing game tonight. And I'm Ryan Locker with the Broncos Broadcasting Network with
Spencer Schofield.
and we are signing off.